Hey folks, it's Maxie here and welcome to another TEW2020 video. You join us again on the Watcher series and we're in our second instalment of the Peaking Tides adventure. Of course, mod starts in January 1991. Last week you would have noticed we were in April 93 and we've managed to move along another 2 years to April 1995, which takes us to the conclusion of WrestleMania 11. So looking back at the course of the two WrestleManias, we'll look at all the other major companies as well, WCW, and a very interesting tale of New Japan Pro Wrestling. So if I just quickly load up the news items here. One of many companies in financial disarray. Frequent warnings that they will be facing bankruptcy if their financial position does not improve soon. Of course, other places, JWP, PNW, PPUK, GPW, SWS, ASW, a lot of companies struggling over the course of 94 and 1993. So, company wars, let's jump straight into it. So your big company in the world is the World Wrestling Federation, number 2 is WCW, and they are followed by CMLL. I've just got to check on that then. To me, and of course Herb Abrahams, UWF is in there, but New Japan then ceased to exist. Yep, they went in 1984, so they are gone. Imagine that in real life. That is quite a crazy thing to see, but yeah, New Japan dies. Crazy, isn't it? So, WWF, let's have a wee look. So, we'll start off with the events and TV, because obviously last would have been our show history, because last would have been WrestleMania 11, and we'll just obviously document the main events kind of roughly because we do have a lot to cover. So believe it or not, your main event for WrestleMania 11 was Jake Roberts defending the WWF Heavyweight Championship against the one and only Johnny Polo. So before there was ever Raven, there was Johnny Polo going for the WWF Championship at WrestleMania. Absolutely crazy. And the fact as well, they got a 90 rating. A 99 rating was for the Ultimate Warrior against Bret the Hitman Hart. Bret losing by DQ. Also Randy Savage against Mr. Perfect, and Jim Duggan against Jim the Anvil Neidhart. We flick it back a year to 1994. We'll find WrestleMania there. There's the Rumble, WrestleMania 10. We can see there, your main event was Ultimate Warrior retaining the championship against Mr. Perfect. We had Randy Savage over Jake Roberts. Bret Hart defeated Sergeant Slaughter by disqualification, and the Genius was the one who lost to Bam Bam Bigelow as he retained the Intercontinental Championship. So Lanny Poffo getting a good opportunity there in the WWF. In terms of the titles, we say Jake Roberts has won it from the Ultimate Warrior. Previously, before that, we had it with Bret Hart, and of course Mr. Perfect before then. And in that kind of time frame as well, Marty Jannetty is your IC champion. He won it from Butch Reed, who's managed to amass 3 title reigns so far. There was one in there as well for Shawn Michaels, Bigelow we know about, and Jake Roberts as well. King of the Ring has not been utilised since the Royal Rumble. Has been won by the Ultimate Warrior again, and in 95 by Randy Savage, and the WWF World Tag Team Championships. Currently with Rick Rude and Diamond Dallas Page in their second run. 4 runs in total now for the Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal. We've also had runs in here for Earthquake and Tugboat, Natural Disasters, I hope that's what they were called. This is me trying to remember back in the day, and Jim Duggan and Hercules with runs as well, and a 2 in as well for the Nasty Boys. Lastly, with the WWE, we will check a look at the stables, because obviously you can get some very interesting ones popping up. And we'll just see if there's any that have formed between April 93 and April 95. So the Filthy Scum was already there. The Heenan family is now Heenan, Haku and Barbarian, but that's been there since 84. That's been there. The Pirates and the Swarm as well has been there since February 93, so nothing overly changing too much in the World Wrestling Federation. They have been a little bit higher in speed. It looks like Mike Rotundo has come back. They've got One Man Gang as well, and Tugboat has left the World Wrestling Federation. Alumni wise, there's actually some big names in there when you look at it. If I even look at the bottom, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Piper, Flair, DiBiase, Hulk Hogan we obviously know about as well, Brutus the Barber, Beefcake, a lot of big names in there leaving the WWF, but they are still the main company in the world. Over at WCW, led by Hulk Hogan, Rick Martel, Ted DiBiase, Lex Luger and Mean Mark Callis, who have just signed Shawn Michaels and have Jim Ross as well. So very, very interesting times there. Half the money of the WWF, right, admittedly. 100 million plays 49. So obviously with WCW, their main event, as you can see, is Starrcade. So we'll have a look at the two recent Starrcades. So straight to the end of 1994. And Big Van Vader retaining the WCW Heavyweight Championship over Ted DiBiase. Roddy Piper defeating Mark Callis, so doesn't need to be Undertaker, he still gets some good opportunities. We also had Sting defeat the Juicer being Art Barr. I don't know who that is, so I'm being perfectly honest. Also had in there other various matches. I also noticed no angles, just strictly matches. Owen Hart and Lex Luger defeating Kevin Sullivan and Dustin Rhodes. Ric Flair over Brad Armstrong in a first blood match. We also had Steve Williams and the Steiner brothers against Ron Simmons, Arn Anderson and Bob Eaton. So some really, really good technical matches there, with a lot of good people getting some good opportunities. And if we quickly fold it to 1993 as well, Stan Hansen was in the main event, that's WCW Wrestling. Rick Martel was in the main event defeating Van Vader, Piper over Hogan, DiBiase over Hansen, Callis over Flair, Dusty Rhodes over the Juicer in a cage match. I can only assume there's a weird reason why that only got an 84, because those main matches are absolutely incredible, let's be honest. Also run a lot of shows, WCW, Power Hour and Main Event. So a lot of exposure for WCW there. There's a few things still need to check. So the United States Heavyweight Champion is Hulk Hogan. Ric Flair has had 6 runs with this one. The Juicer and Dustin Rhodes also getting opportunities as well. United States Tag Team is with Dan Spivey and Sid Vicious, their second run. You can see people like Sergeant Buddy Lee, Lieutenant Errol James, James Earl White, in there. Master Blaster Blade and Master Blaster Steel have had a run as well. Steve Armstrong and Tracy Smothers. It seems to be been quite a few title reigns between all of them. Obviously not the main tag titles, they were Robert Gibson and Brad Armstrong, winning it from Brian Pillman and Z-Man. Also in their runs for the Juicer and Owen Hart, Bob Eaton and Kevin Sullivan, Ricky Morton and Tommy Rich, just to name a few. Television Championship, the NWA, is with Dr. Death Steve Williams. He won it from Barry Windham, Brad Armstrong, Robert Gibson and Kevin Sullivan, just a few. And your WCW Heavyweight Champion, Lex Luger, and the only people that have won that in the course of the save have been Big Van Vader, Rick Martel, Roddy Piper, Ricky Morton and Barry Windham. In terms of stables, anything that's new, we've got the Chaos Congregation, which is Roddy Piper alongside Lieutenant James Earl Wright and Buddy Lee Parker. They're top guys apparently in this, but the Revival, El Cubano, Jack Victory, Motor City Madman and Paulie Dangerously lead the way. The Vandals are still there for the 92, and the York Foundation still going strong from 1990. So that's what I'll look at because of New Japan no longer existing. Is going to be the UWF, obviously under Herb Abrams. 1.7 in terms of finance. Just looking there, there's some decent names in there. Cactus Jack, Andre the Giant, Tully Blanchard. Well, probably some names in there that other people recognise more than myself. With Eddie Guerrero, El Dandy, Bruno's still there, Fatu's in there. Quite interesting. So they are titles. Ken Patera is the America's champion. I don't know if that is their main belt. The Sports Channel Television is of Cactus Jack. I think that's the main one just because of the higher prestige. He is on his first reign after winning it from Kevin Von Erich. They also had Steve Williams and the UWF World Tag Champions, the Black Knight and Stevie Ray, have won it after it was vacated for the length of a month. In terms of stables for them, Aminosity International, Andre the Giant, Bob Orton Jr., Don Morocco, and Jep Svensson, and the Nexus of the Void, Brian alias Mike Sharp and Rip Oliver. In terms of alumni, lots of big names there, just ones off the top of my head: Brian B. Blair, Bam Bam Bigelow, Arthur, Greg Valentine, Hector Guerrero, Ivan Koloff, Kamala, Larry Zbyszko, One Man Gang, Raven, Paul Orndorff, Rick Rude, Scott Hall, Steve Williams, Dr. Death, and of course the Vampire Warrior as well. So quite a big change around there for the Universal Wrestling Federation. So it's quite an interesting predicament. It's a save where the next video won't be this particular mod, but there will be a time where I do forward it again another two years. So I want to see how the Attitude Era kind of pans out, and we'll take a look and see where we can see the likes of your Triple H's, your Steve Austins, and the Rocks once, as I say, the Rocks in the game world. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see how stuff ticks along. And obviously we can check how the development of this company, ECW, goes over time. Because it's still not what it wants to be. Tony Atlas is its main guy. Steve Austin's in here with Chaz as the tag champs. Jason Knight is your world heavyweight, and your television, Tony Atlas. So we'll take more of a look at that in 2 years' time to see if they can make their way up to one of the top companies in the world. Next week we'll be looking at the 2005 mod. I don't have the details in front of me, but all the details of that mod will be put on the description below, including, as I say, mod maker, as I say, credit them, etc. I just don't have it in front of me at this moment in time. It's a very interesting WWE in 2007, 2 years in. So hopefully you'll join us for that. So thanks for watching, much appreciated as always. If you enjoy the series, let me know. If there's any other particular mod you want me to look at, even if it's current present day ones, I say they all change because we're now into July. By the time this will go live, it could be close to August. So any mod you want me to just test out to see how they're on, I'll even see for some of the other series we've done, we've maybe only done 4 years. We can look at maybe 6-8 years into the save as well, just to kind of give people an idea of how well it plays simulated. Apart from that, if you do enjoy what you see, you want to buy the game, there's a link in the description below. And of course, a link to the mod section in the Grey Dog Software forums. And of course, don't forget to check out TWDV, because some are exclusive to TWDV.com. So thanks for watching, take it easy, and hopefully I'll see you for some more TW2020 content. Bye bye.